Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for your weekly energy forecast and oracle reading. Okay, so let's dive right into it and let's see what energy and what energetic weather there is for us to navigate this week. And also let's hear from Spirit as to how we can best navigate it and what we can best take away from this week. Okay, so let's start off first of all with the tarot card for today and tomorrow. Let's see, what do we have for today and tomorrow? We have the Five of Swords. Now, if you look at this man, he's very stuck in his head. He's thinking about what he coulda, shoulda, woulda. And when I tune into the energy of this, I feel like there's a lot going on here. Okay, first of all, we need to get out of our heads. That'll be a really good place to start, right? Get out of our heads, stop overthinking. But they are saying, however, that what does come up today and tomorrow that feels like a regret or a misstep that we're ruminating over in the past, it's an opportunity for integration. It's an opportunity for us to go, okay, like that's happened before. Let me not do that again, right? But at the same, so it's not an invitation to overthink and to beat yourself up, but it's rather an invitation to see, okay, where could I have done better, and let me just resolve to do better the next time. Okay, it's a learning and it's an integration of what you now know, because as they say, hindsight is always 20/20 vision, isn't it? Whenever we look back at the past, we can see clearly, what we should or shouldn't have done. Okay, but we don't know that until we move forward and we get to look back. All right, let's get some wisdom on that from the wisdom of the oracle. How did that card get in there? The card from last week, the Lady of Lightning, paradigm shift. So clearly the energy from last week promoted us. That paradigm shift where we're changing and growing is promoting us to look back at the past with absolute clarity. I can't believe that card was stuck in there. It's a completely different deck. Anyway. All right, all sorts of shenanigans always happening in my woo-woo office over here. Okay, so let's get a card from the wisdom of the oracle. Let's get some clarity and guidance. The tribe. So this card is all about your tribe, your people, your family, your friends, your colleagues, the people that you mix with, the people that you love, the people that you have relationships with. So this here could be to do with ruminating about the past where relationships are concerned, right? But whatever has gone wrong in the past is obviously a lesson. It's always a lesson, but it's also encouraging us to think differently about our tribe. Like, do we need to get rid of some tribe members? Do we need to welcome some new tribe members? They're actually showing me an image from, what is that, The Survivor. Remember that series Survivor, where if you didn't pull your weight, you were excommunicated from the tribe? Yeah, so there might be a bit of this going on in the beginning of the week, where you might feel guided to surrender some tribe members and maybe welcome in some new ones, okay? But in that process, I'm hearing Spirit say, don't lose who you are. Don't sacrifice who you are for the benefit of others, right? You need to be true to yourself and be real and authentic with yourself and others at all times, right? This day and age we live in now, we can't have fake anything. Besides, who wants fake anything anyway, right? Best to be real, open, honest, raw, and truthful. Okay, let's get some further guidance from the Everyday Witch Oracle. Haven't used this deck in a while. Gratitude and thanks. Isn't this a beautiful card? Okay, as I'm tuning into the energy of this, I'm hearing Spirit say, even though the past might be messy, even though we might have regrets and wish how we coulda, shoulda, woulda, and all the rest of it, let us give gratitude and thanks for those experiences and what we learned and what we gained, right? And they're also saying, as you remain in this state of gratitude and thanks, like this lady is, it makes you, I want to say, untouchable. It's like it raises your vibration. It gives you energy. It gives you such a good vibe that it repels people and situations that are not a match for your vibe. all right? And this is not a place to judge. We can't think, oh, well, we're better than them. There's no such thing, right? We're all at our different levels of evolution. We're all on completely different journeys from one another. So there's no need to judge, right? No, there's no good, there's no bad, there just is, right? So remain in your state of gratitude and thanks as best as you can about the past, and that will make you a repellent for what you don't want again. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's see. What energetic weather do we have for the middle of the week? What guidance is here for Wednesday and Thursday, please? This one really grabs me. 10 of Pentacles. Now, isn't this a beautiful card? Look at the happy family, the happy children, the happy doggo there on the bottom. This card speaks about prosperity, abundance, but not so much of the material, but it's an abundance of security, of love, of family, of legacy even, right? So in the middle of the week, we need to take stock of how blessed we actually are, of the good that we actually really do have, and also the good that's coming to us now because of the work that we've been doing, and also this goodness that's going to be flowing more and more into our lives is what we've worked hard to earn, but it's also going to stay put. I want to say as a legacy. I'm hearing Spirit ask us, we need to ask ourselves, what legacy are we leaving, right? What are people going to remember us by? Are they going to remember us by what we bought? Are they going to remember us by how we behaved, right? What legacy are we leaving? So as we achieve more and more goodness and receive more and more goodness, what's the lesson? What legacy are we leaving? If that makes any sense. Okay, that's our Spirit showing it to me. Okay. All right, let's get some wisdom from the wisdom of the Oracle for the middle of the week. I just dropped half the deck on the floor. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Let's see, what legacy are we leaving? And what guidance is here for... Ooh. Okay, clearly there's a clear message here. Okay, these two fell out. Okay, we have time to go and we have happy, happy. Okay, so as I tune into this, as we are achieving more stability, more security, more prosperity in, never mind being prosperous, abundant money-wise, but also being prosperous in love, in kindness, in well-being, right? As we achieve more and more of that state, we're going to be letting go more and more, right? Spirit is, they're using the word purge here. So in the middle of the week, and even starting from the beginning of this week, there's a huge letting go of tribe members that don't resonate, of situations that just don't seem to resonate. And we're going to feel it very, very strongly, right? But I'm also hearing Spirit say it's not going to be as traumatizing as we think to do that. It's actually going to feel liberating instead as we reclaim our authentic self, if that makes sense, okay? And then we have the happy, happy, which is the obvious result of that. Okay, so as we start to say yes to what is real and authentic and good for us, as we start to say yes and yes and yes to more of that, we start allowing more and more of that, the easier it's going to be to let go of what just doesn't serve. Okay, let's get some guidance here from the Everyday Witch Oracle. Fire magic. Fire magic. This is my favorite. Okay, so with fire magic, how we make this tie in with the rest of the reading here is if you think of what fire does, fire transforms. Okay, so we are all transforming. As we know, we've been transforming for ages now, but it just feels like this transformation is quite intense at the moment. Okay. And also when it comes to literal fire magic, you might want to light a candle, make some wishes, right? That's why we light candles on birthday cakes. It's to make wishes. It's a little bit of witchcraft. I'm sure I've triggered somebody there somewhere. But in essence, it's about making some wishes for yourself, right? As you transform They also show me the image of a phoenix rising from the ashes. As we transform, everything that no longer serves burns away, and we emerge like a phoenix, better and bigger and stronger than what we were to begin with. That phoenix has come up before. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. Anyway, okay, let's get some guidance now for Friday and the weekend. What guidance is here, please? What weather do we have for Friday and the weekend? The Nine of Swords. Okay, this is about fear. And this card speaks about, fortunately, needless fear. Okay, so Friday and the weekend, facing your fears about taking what feels like the next step. As you move forward, it can be frightening. They're showing me the image of a baby that's just been born, whether it's a baby human or a baby animal. They're naturally very vulnerable when they've just been born. So naturally, they're going to frighten for the smallest of things. They're going to get scared very easily. So therefore, we're going to be kind of the same. So as we're emerging like the phoenix, right? We're rising again. We're being rebirthed. We're the butterflies coming out of the cocoon. We're going to naturally be a little bit vulnerable, and therefore maybe even a little bit easily triggered, a little bit easily frightened. But that is to be expected. It's because we're new, okay? Of course, we're going to feel a little bit wobbly at first, right? And I'm hearing Spirit say, face the fear and do it anyway. Rise up through the flames and move on anyway. Come out your cocoon and get going anyway. It doesn't matter how scary the world might look. Even though things seem uncertain, move forward anyway. Step into your new anyway. Trust the process, because we would never ever be guided to a place where we would never be supported. That's a fact. Okay, let's get some more guidance and wisdom from the wisdom of the oracle for Friday and the weekend. What guidance is here, please, for Friday and the weekend? Milk and honey. Milk and honey. With this, I get, yes, abundance, prosperity, but I'm also getting sustenance. Like we're going to start feeling more fulfilled by life. As we face our fears, we start and do what we want to do anyway and go towards what we want anyway. We have that feeling of fulfillment. Like, look at me go, I did it. I was terrified of who I was becoming, or I was terrified of going for that new job or that new relationship or that new home or whatever. I was terrified of my up-leveling, but I faced the fear, up-leveled anyway, and now I get to enjoy this. Now I get to feel fulfilled, and I start to enjoy getting more and more of what I want because I'm worthy. I'm hearing that loud and clear. And that worthiness, I can't remember if it was last week or the week before, but recently worthiness came up, and now we get to see the results of receiving more of what we want because we believe we deserve it in the first place. When we believe we deserve it, we start to allow it. We no longer block it. Okay, very interesting. Okay, let's get a card out from the Everyday Witch Oracle and see what do we need to know for Friday and the weekend, please. Tears of joy and sadness. Look at the contrast. We have facing fear, needless panic, unnecessary worry. We have milk and honey, and we have tears of joy and sadness. Now, to this end, I'm hearing Spirit say it depends on how you see it. Okay? So in other words, it's about our perspective. We can look at what we have now. We can look at what we're achieving now with the eyes of, well, I don't think this is good enough. I don't think I'm worthy. I don't think this is that great. Or we can say, wow, I made it. I up-leveled. Yes, I've taken on this large responsibility or task or job or whatever it is I've taken on. But I did it. Go me. I've got this. I've achieved this. Life is great. It's about perspective, you see? But I'm also hearing Spirit say that this coming weekend, we are going to feel a little bit extra sensitive and a little bit emotional for some reason. So if the tears come up, whether they be of sadness or of joy, let them flow, because tears help us to purge. Never mind emotionally, but physically as well. We release a lot of toxins through our tears, believe it or not. So there's that for this week. It looks like it's quite interesting this week. Duality. They show me duality. It's like there's a lot of contrast at the moment. It's like there's no longer any sort of gray. Things are now quite black or white, and we get to choose which one we actually want, if that makes sense. Like which dimension are we going to be tuning into? Are we tuning into the dimension of, oh, it's all gone to hell, I'm so terrified, this is awful, this is all just horrible, it's awful? Or are we tuning into the dimension of, there's so much abundance around me, I have so much gratitude, there's so much good, this is what I've achieved, this is where I'm going? Pick your perspective, I'm hearing. Pick your dimension. Which dimension are you living on? Because now it's an active choice. Yeah, it's an active choice. They're showing it to me like flipping a switch. It's which side are you on? All right. Okay, just to wrap up this week nicely, let's get a card out from the Gateway of Light Activation, and let's see what comes up for us this week. We have Star Gathering, Stars Aligned, Remembering Home, Soul Family. Please notice, as above, so below, the duality. Interesting. Okay. And I'm hearing Spirit say, be careful this week of judging. There's no good, there's no bad. We can't judge. Things are the way they are. People are the way they are. It is what it is. We can't judge it, right? Okay, let's get the write-up on this card. Star Gathering, Star Gathering. Where are you? I will not be long, I promise. Oh, come on. Sorry. It's Monday. What can we say? Star Gathering. There you go. Okay. The message says, the stars have aligned. You have found the lost pieces of yourself and your energy, and now is your time to shine. Remember, I spoke a while back about how we've all been affected by trauma. We've lost parts of ourselves. We've been feeling a bit lost and scattered to the wind, and now we're putting the pieces of ourselves back together. We're in the process of healing our traumas and healing our wounds. Yeah. So let me read that again for effect. The stars have aligned. You have found the lost pieces of yourself and your energy, and now is your time to shine. You are magnetic, attracting people, energies, and opportunities that will allow your dreams to unfold. This is a time of wishes fulfilled. All of your dedication, focus, and dreaming has paid off, and now you can reap the rewards. It's important for you to know that this plane of existence is your rightful place, and not to spend too much time trying to transcend this reality, for you chose to be here at this time. Make the most of this powerful opportunity. If you're feeling particularly connected to certain individuals at this time, it's because you're finding your star family, beings you connected with before you entered the cycle of physical incarnation. As long as you are connected to yourself, you are home. Didn't we just talk about that with the tribe card? Isn't that amazing? Now, what stood out for me there was the stars aligned. We have quite a few planets going direct this month. Thank goodness, because we've gone from 7 planets in retrograde, and 3 of them are going direct soon. I know Mercury's just gone direct, thank the Pope. And there's 2 others soon. I think it's Pluto and Saturn, something like that. So the energy is lifting, the stars are aligning, things are starting to come together after what feels like eons of having to wait, right? Waiting for this situation or that situation that we've been wanting for so long, right? So that is amazing. This is going to be a very interesting week of integration, of integrating what we've learned, what we've experienced, rising from the ashes and stepping more and more into the new that we are now becoming, because we're becoming newer and newer all the time. This process is not a once-off. It's like a cycle. We go through these up-levelings all the time, and we've just up-leveled hugely. And now we need to get comfortable in that butterfly skin because we had been a caterpillar for so long, right? So therefore, everyone, let's just be kind, very kind to ourselves this week. Let us not take ourselves too seriously. Let's lighten up about ourselves a little bit. Let's focus on making some wishes, light a candle, wish big, dream big. Again, I'm hearing that. I hear that every week. Dream big, wish big, dream big, wish big. Because what they show me with that is interesting. As they say, wish big, dream big, when we have that big wish and big dream, whoop, it shows up in the future. Now think of that wish as a magnet, okay? That wish that you want, that you've maybe forgot you even wished for, okay? But you put it out there, it's there in the ethers, it's there in your field of potential. It's a magnet and it's pulling you towards it, okay? But as it pulls you towards it, don't you get pulled through all the obstacles that are between you and what you want, right? So therefore it makes sense that we've all been challenged so much over the last 2, maybe even 3 years, okay? Life, I don't think, has ever been tougher than what it has been in the last 2 to 3 years. And that's because we want what we want, and it's pulling us towards it like a magnet, and it's pulling us quickly, might I add. And the quicker we get pulled towards it, the more we bump into our obstacles, aka fears, that's been blocking us from getting what we want in the first place. So if you're being challenged or feeling quite challenged at the moment, please understand it is for good reason. It's because what you want on the other side, whatever that desire is pulling you quickly through those obstacles and those fears and those programs that are running in the back of your mind. You're being pulled through them. So the more you allow, the more you say, okay, fear, I recognize you. Okay, you come from that trauma. Okay, let's work on that trauma. All right. And then we dissolve that block and we keep going towards what we want. That's why Spirit, they don't, with me, that is, it's my experience, they don't use the word manifestation anymore. They use the word allow. That's how much the energy has shifted. I spoke about this the other day as well. It's about allowing. It's about saying, okay, I feel the pull towards my desire, so let me keep moving towards it. Okay, here's an obstacle. Let me allow it to dissolve. Let me let myself feel to heal. Let me face my fear and keep moving anyway. And then we allow ourselves to get pulled towards what we want in the first place, right? That's what I feel like this week is about. I feel like that's like the pinnacle, like the top of the situation. That's terrible English, I know, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. It's potent, it's concentrated at the moment. So yeah, interesting week ahead, everybody. Awesome. Okay, so thank you once again for being here. I hope that's helped. I'm sending you all so much love as always. Have an amazing week. Take care and keep well. Bye.